to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show, which has been described as the biggest thing to hit Los Angeles since the last earthquake, and about as popular. And featuring tonight somebody who is as popular in England as he is in Guatemala, Greg Proops. Then someone who's at home in serious drama as she is in improvised comedy, Karen Maruyama. And then someone who's at home in his house as he in his garage, Colin Mockery. And finally someone who's at home in situation comedy as he is in this improvised tragedy, Ryan Stiles. Ladies and gentlemen. We start with a game called Questions Only. It's for all four contestants. So we start with Colin and Karen, though, in the middle. And the other two have to wait in the wings. Now, if the first two speak in questions, fine, they carry on. But if they stop asking questions, I will buzz them out, and they'll be replaced by the person behind them. The scene I'd like to do, though, is called In the White House. In the White House, which I believe is occupied by somebody important, normally in America. Take it away.
You my new intern?
Do you know that I'll do anything for this job?
Do you know you just got a raise?
What do you want me to do now?
Would you like to sit on the presidential staff?
How big is it?
Does size matter? Why aren't you wearing any pants, sir? Is it Friday already? Shall I bring you your stewardess now? Is she the one I ordered earlier? Didn't you care for blondes, sir? Yes. What's new? Pardon? Didn't anyone teach you to stand at attention when a president enters the room? You're the president? Didn't you see my big picture? Is that you? Are you blind, man? Where did your hair go?
Okay, Ryan wins that one. Well done. You're the winner. Okay. All right, well, I'll make Ryan the winner there and appoint special counsel to investigate everybody else. And we go on to quiz show. It's a game for all four competitors. Greg is to be hosting a quiz show, and the other three are competitors thereon. But we have to invent the name of this quiz show, invent a new quiz show, like Wheel of Fortune, only something, you know, we haven't had before. Sorry, yeah? Put it here. Put it here. What's that one? What's my disease? I don't know. What's my disease? That could catch on. Take it away, Greg.
Whew, go easy on those. Hello, everybody. It's time to play the game show all of America is catching on to. What's my disease? I'm your host, Johnny Pelagra. It's time to meet our contestants. Will you introduce yourself, please?
Hello, my name is Blowing Chow. I run Christie's Dry Cleaning and Donuts on Third and Western.
Nice to have you here, Ms. Chow.
Thank you,
sir.
I'm Captain Jack, owner of Captain Jack's Fish Emporium.
Ahoy, matey.
Ahoy.
And you are, sir?
I'm Jim Stamos. I'm from Victoria, British Columbia, and I'm a wife and homemaker.
Now it's time to play our game. I think you all know how the rules work. This first one is a clue round. We'll give you 30 points for the first one, 20 points for the second one, 10 points for the third one. It's time to guess now. It makes your legs stiff. Yes.
What is Baywatch?
That is correct. Whoa, Jim, you jumped right into the lead with that one. Now, it's time to play our second round. This is an audio clue. Can you guess this disease? Yes.
Too much MSG.
That is correct. Too much MSG. She could tell I had a headache and I was sweating. Well, now it's time to play our third and final round. You get to answer a question, Captain Jack, so you're going to have to come to the disease booth. I'm going to administer a disease. You have 30 seconds to guess what it is, and then you can have the antidote. You two can help with the symptoms.
Okay,
How do you feel?
kind of sweaty.
Sweaty?
And my internal organs feel like they're swelling.
Right.
Causing.
Cholera. That's exactly right. He's got All right, this is the final and lightning round. I'm going to name a president. You name their favorite disease. Here we go. Ronald Reagan. Yes,
Jane
Captain
Wyman?
Sorry?
Jane Wyman?
I'm going to go to our judges.
That's good enough for me.
Yes, our judges. You're our winner, and you win a beautiful trip outside of Hawaii to the one leper colony left in the world, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be staying at the beautiful Hanson's Disease Natural Resort, where they're always willing to give you a hand. That's all the time we have for today. We'll see you next time on What's Your Disease?
That's 500 points every apart from Greg, for obvious reasons. As we go on to a game called Film Dub. This is for Greg, Ryan, and Karen. If you'd like to come down to this monitor, as you can see, and you've got to add a new soundtrack to a piece of film from which the original soundtrack has been removed. It's a threesome on a date. Sounds fun already, doesn't it? A threesome on a date is what you've got the soundtrack to apply to this film. This film will be starting any moment now.
I hope they got our reservations. I'd hate to get here.
Gotta have a new bra on. It's tight.
Oh, wait a minute. We're going to get a table easy with those pointy big breasts of yours. So you wait here, and I'll go see if things are going.
I'll just leave, because, Three's coming
Hey,
and she's
my
not...
girl.
Hey.
Hey, keep your hands off her, okay? I got my hands in my pocket, and we'll flip for it. Hands out.
Thanks.
I get the tails. Come on.
Just stand in the corner.
Listen,
brother.
I wanted to get you alone so I could tell you something. I've loved you. I've loved you for years now.
What do you mean by that?
Look. Well, someone had spinach ravioli for dinner. No, this is a new pill called Viagra. I want you to take
Oh,
it.
thank you, thank you. I'll just put it on my chest here.
Oh, man,
Hey,
I want you like no other man has ever wanted.
oh,
Oh, what
what's
the?
in the mattress?
Can I come in? I have protection.
The scores are getting very exciting. I can say that Greg is falling behind the others as we go on to a game called Hats. This is for two pairs of two. And in fact, we'll have Ryan and Collie, if you'd like to take a box of hats and a stool to sit on, and the other pairing get another box of hats and another stool, obviously. And using the hats and other bits and pieces in there, can you come up with examples of the world's worst dating agency video? And we'll start over there with Ryan and Colin.
I'm gonna love you till I'm raggedy.
I am the artist formerly known as Prince.
Are you the one that can pollinate me?
I'm a young Republican. I enjoy golf and prayer.
Damn. Liza, you're magnificent.
When I'm not promoting fights, I get lonely.
I'm an old nudist looking for love.
It's so hard for tall women to meet good men.
Hello. I am hung like snake.
Guess what I'm hung like?
I'm a rather important royal figure in England.
Looking at the score, it's not looking good for Greg, but we go on to a game called Weird Newscasters. This does feature Greg Proops as the host of a news program, and you're not helped by your co-anchors who are all a bit weird. Colin, the newscaster sitting next to you, he's lost his notes and is desperately searching for them while making up the news. Karen, you're the sports presenter, but you're also doing seductive poses for a magazine. And it's a popular suggestion. Now, Ryan, You're strapped to a bomb which will explode 10 seconds after you move. And of course you're trying to present the weather while you do that, so that's the problem. So Greg, start the news program when the news program music comes in.
Good evening. I'm wide but not painful. And these are the headlines. There's armadillos all over the highway in Maryland. Bill? Bill?
The bones of Moses found in the backyard of a small woman. Long said to have the properties of changing lead into a thicker kind of lead. No comment.
And Friends comes back for another season. But let's throw it over. Let's throw it over to sports. Karen's over at the sports desk. Karen, we have got a full
Wide.
slate, do we not?
That's right. It's been an exciting day in the NBA. The Lakers had an easy time with the Seattle Sonics. They really tore apart in Game 3, out-rebounding 27-9. I'm telling you, the Sonics looked really bad. Back to you, Wide.
Thank you. What a vivid and evocative sports report that was. Bill?
This just in. There's news happening everywhere you look.
Now it's time for weather. So let's sweep on over to Ryan, who's at the big weather map. Ryan, why don't you tell us what the next few days have in store?
Well, Greg,
Ryan, why don't you show us some of those fronts?
well, as you can see by the board behind me, we're in for sunny days ahead. We've got a front moving from here over to there for the weekend. Back to you.
Get off me! I don't want the kids to see this!
Get my green wire, where's my green wire?
Get the camera off me!
This just in, all bombs that activate 10 seconds after you move are defective.
Boom!
This just in, I was wrong.
Certainly changes our plans for the weekend, eh, Bill? Well, that's been the news tonight. Remember to tune in tomorrow morning for Stars and Low-Fat Mochachinos. I'm wide but not painful, and I'm... Oh, shoot. Good night.
Difficult to choose there, but I think if I had to make the choice, I think I'd go with Karen. As we go on to a game called Party Quirks. It's going to feature Greg Proops, the host of the party, all the others are guests of the party. Each of the guests have been allocated a strange way of behaving, a quirk. And Greg has to guess what those quirks are. And if he does that, there could be many points going missing. If you'd like to come in ready over there, guests, come in the order of Karen, Colin and Ryan. I'll make a doorbell noise to indicate a doorbell being rung. Is the party ready, Greg?
Yes, it's a come as your favorite Teletubby party.
All right. It's catching on even here.
La la.
Hello?
Shut up! What if it be this stupid party? Your food sucks! Your food just sucks! God! I want to go see Van Halen! God!
Would you like a soft drink?
I'm not gonna get that. I'm not gonna get that. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
you
get
stay
that.
right where you are. Bitchy Valley girl Valerie Bertinelli type.
You're nearly there.
Hello, call. Can I get you some cheese or something?
Your friends are so square.
I am so so sorry about Colin. He's usually not devolving into every bird in the aviary or whatever it is that he does. So. I better get the door before Noah's Ark goes out of control here. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Greg, how are you?
I'm good. How are
Good.
you? Come on in.
You want me to come in?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. It's time to start guessing
At
something.
least
I
you're
think.
excited to be here.
Hey.
You're someone who experiences sexual bliss when they walk into a room.
Close enough, yes, he finds Monday things exciting. That's good. Very good.
Well,
that's
all
as
right.
close as you're getting on him, I
And
feel.
you,
You're just an old man, my old man.
you're my ex-wife. You're my wife, and you're my underage bride. I wish you were my underage bride, and then the show
More
would be
like
longer and
not quite a
funnier.
relationship like that.
Your dad.
You're my daughter.
Oh my goodness, for that tiny clue. So what's happening to Colin? You've got in the right
What an
area.
evocative clue, Dad wins.
Yes, what is happening to him?
You know what? I don't care what's happening. I'm loving watching it.
Yes,
Clive.
we all are. What's getting him? What's getting him?
You're hatching, and then your things are crushing you, and then you become another animal.
Come on, get snappy.
He metamorphosizes
Snappy. Grabbing him.
Now he's a monkey of some kind.
Yes,
and
now, what's getting him?
What's getting him is...
Yes. It's coming on a tree. There's one crocodile being in here. These animals may eye on pretty well. Well done, Colin. There was... Come on. You were so close, Greg, that I think if you'd just gone for another couple of hours, you'd have got there, wouldn't you?
Well, I hope everyone at home feels superior.
Well done. We'll give points to everybody apart from Greg. As we go on to a game called Daytime Talk Show. This is a game for all 4 contestants, but it's going to feature Greg as the host of the Daytime Talk Show. Karen and Ryan will be members of the public appearing on the talk show, like an Oprah or Jerry Springer, that kind of thing. And Colin, you can go into the audience and perhaps join in, should the mood take you. So what we want is to have a topic for them to be talking about. Maybe a nursery rhyme or something like that. What? Hang on. What nursery rhyme has lesbians in it? I heard Little Miss Muffet, which will have to be the closest we can get. So, Little Miss Muffet, then, is the general area of discussion. Where you go, Greg?
Hello, I'm Tamlin Dodge. It's 4 o'clock and it's time for Let's Rap. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, but we're not going to make a value judgment about her sexual orientation. You know, a tuffet can be anything. She ate her curds and whey. We've got people here whose lives have deeply been affected by curds and whey. Will you introduce yourselves, please?
Yeah, my name's Lee. I'm her next door neighbor. I'm a lesbian, thank you.
Lee, that's okay. And you are?
I'm Jimmy Bones. I own Jimmy Bones Extermination Service.
Jimmy Bones Extermination Service. So, Lee, you knew Miss Tuffet before she went through the other door?
That's right. We'd have curds and whey together. You know, she'd fix it up really nice, put some cinnamon and some tarragon on it. It was pretty good. And
Are
I don't
curds
know.
and whey a lesbian thing?
Yes, they are.
Because you don't see curds and whey that often in the store unless 2 gigantic women wearing flannel shirts are buying it usually.
I don't know what you mean.
And we're not making value judgments, ladies and gentlemen, or characterizing people, because labels often disable. Now, you are an exterminator. Have you had experience with the 8-legged variety of bug?
Yes, with spiders I have, and spiders are pretty easy to keep under control unless you lure them onto your property with curds and whey. They're never going to come in, okay? I can't be responsible for spiders that are already there. Don't judge me, okay? You don't do my job, all right? If you don't do my job, then you can do my job, all right? Let's talk about the lesbos want their curds and whey. Go eat them somewhere else. I don't need that from you. I hate you, but you ain't.
Hey, listen, let's not get into a tuffet situation. We have a member of the audience who'd like to comment. You, sir. Yes?
Yeah,
yes?
me? Yeah, my name's Rex Haverstall. I'm the head of Curd Whey, the largest distributor of curds and whey in the Northwest.
Really?
We're sick and tired of the horrible publicity Kurds and Way is getting. They do not attract spiders.
Hey, don't even go there, okay?
Look, you have no idea how I strained and sweated to make Kurds and Way the 50th most popular snack in the United States.
They attract spiders, okay?
You attract spiders. You attract
I'm not
spiders.
even listening. Blah, blah,
Sit down.
Sit down.
I guess what he's saying is talk to the many hands. I had no idea Kurds and Way were that high on the list, frankly.
Hey, I ain't no spider.
No, I can see that. Listen, we have someone else in the audience who likes to make a comment. He looks a lot like the other gentleman who's sitting right here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm the head of Arachnid Anonymous.
That would be AA.
Yes. The spider is one of the most misunderstood of all of God's creatures.
That's right. That's
It is
right.
a noble creature spinning its web and ridding us of many other insects that we would find repulsive.
It's a bearer of doom, all right? It's a killer. You want to come down here for a piece of meat?
That's enough of that. Thank you. Okay, I don't know how to break this to you, but that was the last game we're playing tonight. And totaling up the points, I see that Colin and Ryan are this week's winners. So well done. You have to read the credits of the show in the style of my choosing, and can you do it, please, as two competitive cattle auctioneers? Okay. Just remains for me to thank everybody: Greg Proops, Karen Maruama, Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles, and it's me, Clive Evans, and say good night. Good night.
Michael Johnson, right there. Come on in. And it's sold January 3rd at the $400. And Dan Madison's out of luck, I think, really, isn't he?
Welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway, the improvisation show, which has been described as the biggest thing to hit Los Angeles since the last earthquake, and about as popular. And featuring tonight somebody who is as popular in England as he is in Guatemala, Greg Proops. Then someone who's at home in serious drama as she is in improvised comedy, Karen Maruama. And then someone who's at home in his house as he in his garage, Colin Mockery. And finally someone who is at home in situation comedy as he is in this improvised tragedy, Ryan Stiles. Ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with a game called Questions Only. It's for all four contestants. So we start with Colin and Karen, though, in the middle. And the other two have to wait in the wings. Now, if the first two speak in questions, fine, they carry on. But if they stop asking questions, I will buzz them out, and they'll be replaced by the person behind them. The scene I like to do, though, is called In the White House. In the White House, which I believe is occupied by somebody important, normally in America. Take it away.
You my new intern?
Do you know that I'll do anything for this job?
Do you know you just got a raise?